Britney Spears has always been more than a pop star. She's a cultural icon whose music and persona have defined an era. Her career has been a roller coaster of incredible highs and heartbreaking lows, ranging from the innocence of "Baby One More Time" to the audacity of "Toxic." But beneath the #1 singles and spectacular live performances is a much more nuanced tale, which Britney has finally decided to share in her memoir. This eagerly awaited book is a daring reclamation of her story, not merely a tell-all. From her notorious public breakdowns to her 10-year conservatorship, which ignited the global Free Britney movement, fans conjectured about Britney's struggles for years. The world hears it straight from her now. The biography delves deeply into Britney's life-changing events, exposing startling facts about her family relationships, the demands of celebrity, and the betrayal she suffered at the hands of her closest loved ones. It's not just about the suffering, though it's also about love, resiliency, and her unwavering struggle to take back control of her life. Readers are forced to consider the cost of celebrity and the fortitude required to endure it, as each revelation provides an honest and poignant glimpse into the woman behind the news. Britney's words are more than just a memoir, they serve as a rallying cry, evidence of her steadfastness, and a reminder of the strength that comes from speaking one's own truth. The world has never seen Britney like this before. 1. A regulated upbringing. In her autobiography, Britney Spears describes her early years in Kentwood, Louisiana, where her parents, especially her father, Jamie Spears, kept a close check on her as she started her path to fame. Even though she had a great gift, the pressure to do well frequently overwhelmed the pleasures of childhood. Britney describes rigorous discipline, demanding practice schedules, and a pervasive feeling that her personal goals were subordinated to achieving her family's goals. She was shaped into a star from an early age, leaving little space for her own goals or aspirations outside of the spotlight. The memoir explores how these early encounters influenced her subsequent battles with autonomy and authority. Britney considers how, despite its promise, her early years also planted the seeds for the difficulties she would have navigating a society where her freedom was frequently restricted and her voice silenced. 2. The cost of notoriety. Britney Spears' memoir exposes the more sinister underbelly of her quick ascent to stardom. She became a worldwide celebrity thanks to her #1 hits, but they also brought with them incessant media attention and privacy violations. Every step she took was followed by photographers, and her activities were sensationalized in tabloid headlines, which frequently reduced her humanity to material for the general public to consume. In sharp contrast to the dazzling persona she presents to her followers, Britney considers how this pressure resulted in crippling anxiety and extreme loneliness. She brings up the notorious head-shaving event from 2007, which the media frequently ridicules and misinterprets, and explains it as a desperate plea for independence and a rejection of the unrelenting demands made of her. Britney provides a candid and relatable account of her challenges behind the limelight by bringing attention to the expensive price of celebrity and the psychological toll of being watched closely. 3. Justin Timberlake's fallout. Britney explores her relationship with Justin Timberlake in what is arguably one of the most anticipated disclosures. She depicts a youthful romance that was eventually overwhelmed by treachery. Britney says Justin painted her in a bad light after their breakup by spreading a story about his adultery. She describes the emotional toll of seeing him utilize their breakup as material for his own career, especially in the video for Cry Me a River. Britney talks about how the public backlash felt incredibly unjust because she found it difficult to defend herself against biased media representations. 4. A conservatorship. Intoxicated, Britney's 13-year conservatorship, which governed her life, is horrifyingly described in her memoir. She talks about how her father and legal team took away her freedom, made her work non-stop, and made her follow rigid guidelines. Britney demonstrates the amount of the power exerted over her by denying her access to her finances and making her take medication. The story reveals how the conservatorship harmed her relationships and mental health, in addition to taking advantage of her financially. 5. Family betrayal. The music artist doesn't hold back when discussing how her family contributed to her difficulties. Britney blames her mother, Britney Spears, for ignoring the exploitation, and her father, Jamie, for putting money above her welfare. During her most trying years, she also remembers feeling abandoned and the tense relationship she had with her sister, Jamie Lynn. Britney's anguish over the individuals she trusted the most being complicit in her misery is highlighted in the memoir. 6. Challenges of motherhood. One of the main themes in Britney's memoir is her experience as a mother. In addition to discussing the difficulties of raising her two sons, Sean Preston and Jaden James, within the limitations of her conservatorship, she also writes about the pleasures of doing so. One of Britney's most agonizing life experiences was losing custody of her kids, which she claims was exploited as blackmail to maintain her compliance. She nevertheless conveys a strong desire to shield her boys from the harsh realities of celebrity and an enduring affection for them. 7. Heartbreaks in romance. Britney talks about her turbulent marriage to Kevin Federline and her brief marriage to Jason Alexander, among other notable relationships, in addition to her connection with Justin Timberlake. She characterizes Federline and her relationship as both rewarding and harmful. She enjoyed motherhood as a result of their relationship, but the emotional toll of their divorce was increased by the publicity surrounding it. Britney openly discusses how her pursuit of love frequently ran afoul of the pressures of celebrity and social control. 8. How the media affects her battles. Britney's tense relationship with the media is a recurrent issue in the biography. She explains how the media fueled her personal hardships and exacerbated her suffering, from the paparazzi craze to sensationalist tabloid articles. She specifically takes issue with the way her mental health issues were reported, with headlines making fun of her actions instead of showing sympathy. Britney also emphasizes how this unfavorable representation affected public perception and even contributed to the court disputes around her conservatorship. 9. The road to freedom. Britney's account of her struggle to lift the conservatorship gives the biography an optimistic tone. She talks about the help she had from her fans and the worldwide Dr. Free Britney movement, which was crucial in drawing attention to her situation. Britney talks about how the conservatorship's termination in 2021 was a painful event that changed her life. She attributes her ability to bounce back and start over to her tenacity and her followers' everlasting support. 10. Reconstruction and progress. Britney considers her path to self-discovery and healing in the last chapters. She writes about her ambitions to rebuild her career on her own terms, her dedication to raising awareness of mental health issues, and her rediscovery of her love for music. Britney highlights her will to concentrate on the future, even as she acknowledges the wounds caused by her past. She uses her platform to highlight the value of resilience and personal independence in the hopes of encouraging anyone who might be going through a difficult time. In conclusion, in addition to providing an intimate look into the life of a pop sensation, Britney Spears' memoir makes a strong message about tenacity, independence, and the struggle for liberty. Her path, filled with both successes and setbacks, provides an honest and unvarnished glimpse into the reality that lie beneath the glitzy exterior of celebrity. Every phase of her life reveals a more profound reality about the demands of celebrity, the price of power, and the unwavering fortitude required to rewrite one's own story. Britney's disclosures reveal the structural problems that enabled her conservatorship to continue for more than 10 years. Her frank account of survival, heartache, and betrayal compels readers to consider the negative aspects of celebrity and those who take advantage of it. Her narrative is one of hope, despite the suffering and hardship. It is evidence of the strength of fortitude and the steadfast devotion of those who stood up to injustice. Now that she has overcome her struggle, Britney's memoir serves as a statement of her self-reliance and her resolve to live a genuine life. In addition to providing catharsis, her decision to share her story serves as a reminder that no one should be deprived of their agency, a call to action, and a demand for change. Britney Spears inspires millions to battle for their own freedom, healing, and happiness by speaking her truth, reclaiming both her voice and her legacy. Let us know in the comments what you think about the Britney Spears memoir. Top 10 shocking reveals, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.